I was distracted.
Didn't hear the countdown.
Countdown, Derek? How could you?
Hey man, here's your drugs. Have a good day.
Drugs? Drugs? There's no drugs in here. That's sad.
You're not my drugs.
We have a lot of drugs, yes.
I actually need to take my drugs when I get home. Because it's like a drug that I can take as needed. And my back is on fire.
My drugs are to take as needed, but they're always needed.
That's fair.
Oh no, something's always needed.
Yeah.
That's why she has you, Sam. I had to. Okay. So who wants to do a recap of last time?
Last time,
There wasn't much that happened last time. Most of it
No.
was like traveling and getting to places.
we met Alan's character. He didn't believe that a group of small people and a wizard
Small people.
and a bunny cleansed temples and whatnot, and we found out that Derek is the chosen one. So
We're supposed to be the chosen one.
I was hoping to say that loud.
For some reason, I can't open my character sheet, so...
Who knew?
Why not?
I don't know.
Does it say corrupted?
No. I just can't open it.
Try opening it with something else.
I am opening it with the internet.
You can't open it any other way?
No, because I don't have Adobe.
Oh, you don't have Adobe?
No, since I restarted my...
Wait, what are you trying to open up?
up? My character sheet.
Oh no.
But anywho, so we found
You
out
might
Derek
not
is the chosen
need
one.
it.
I
But-
know it pretty well.
Yeah.
And we ended up finding ourselves with two predicaments because since Derek is the chosen one, he has to go help the Asimar fight the zombie horde.
And then you also have the...
And then we had the Plague City. So, the party split.
Yippee. This is
Yay.
gonna be fun.
So we had Master Tusi and his character who I still don't know. I don't know what it is. And Jero.
Mhm.
All of them go and fight the zombie horde. Well, Vani and Gardain? Gardain went to the diseased town to try to cleanse it. And in doing so became the Short and Stout Healers because we don't have a party name.
No, we don't.
Now you have half a
Not
party
yet.
name.
We have half a party name, just the Short and Stout Healers.
Yep, we've got a name for half the party.
Because all your killing people are otherwhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Paladin's pretty good at killing people.
Okay. Anywho, so that's kind of the gist of what happened last time. It was a lot of travel and a lot of talking, which I think was great.
A lot of talking. And there was a lot of combat too.
Yes.
Yes, there was.
They
And,
fought like a whole army of undead, and that was just... They've been fighting armies of undead all
Aren't they
year.
also thinking about going behind enemy lines to try to
Yeah.
find the source
Yeah,
of the
to
zombies?
try to find the source of the zombies to cut it off at the source.
And skeletons.
And skeletons.
Basically, whole undead army.
And I am scared because Andrew has foretold something terrible to happen in the town. I am nervous.
Well, Derek asked for what music you wanted, and I had to tell him. It's like, come on. Yeah, when Derek asked for music, I just said something kind of ominous, but on edge for the healers, and then something like Mission Impossible / epic for them. So it's gonna be an interesting session.
Well, I guess there's no reason
Just
for
don't
me
die.
to not sit in this chair now.
You're actually gonna be on camera?
Derek's on camera?
Oh.
He turns it just enough to not be on camera.
Actually, no.
You should probably clean that, or is that just the lighting?
It's just the lighting.
Okay, turn off the lights. No.
Okay. I can play without lights. I know all my
To be fair, that is why the lamp is there. We want atmospheric lighting.
I mean, it's a dark and stormy night.
It's a dark and stormy room.
How dark would it be if we turned off the lights?
Pretty dark. Here, go ahead and turn
If
it
we
off.
turned on the lamp, it wouldn't be too dark.
Should we try it?
Let's see how dark it is.
Turn on the lamp before we turn off the lights?
Oh, I can see myself.
Only Evan is visible.
How's that look, Derek?
You can point it more at the ceiling if you want.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Blinders.
So
not
Becca's not glowing? What?
Yeah, that's better.
Is that actually better?
That is actually alright.
It's still a little fuzzy, but I just think it's different cameras now that I think about it.
Well, it's also, it autofocuses every now and again, so.
Okay, so
This camera's worse.
Yeah.
well, who do we want to start with, guys? Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors?
I guess my first thought is let the dice decide, odd or even.
Joking.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I'll let the dice decide. Who wants odds?
We're even.
I'm odd.
Okay.
2 party members and 3
I
party
rolled an
members.
actual 20, so they go first.
I was thinking because there's 2 party members and there's 3 party members, so odd and even.
Reserved for you.
Especially.
Yes. That is how Cortana works.
I'm yawning. Okay, it's been a long day. I had to wake up early.
Yeah. I did
When did you wake up?
like 11. 11:30.
What? I have to be work at 10. It's like I've been working an hour and a half since when you got up.
My work slowed down too much. They had to cut down to 5 minutes.
That's fair.
Okay, so back to campaign. I got totally distracted.
Isn't that the essence of this campaign?
Pretty much. That and dirty jokes from Jake.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No dirty jokes today.
Well, okay, so she actually fails.
Dang!
When you're eating food at the friendly NPC's house. Roll a con saving throw.
This is correct, Matt. I win.
Did you put your IP on the Discord?
No.
Just shoot me to it privately if you're okay with that, because I would love to join. Okay, so
You're sick.
you basically just start feeling nauseous whenever you eat. So your eyes start to water more often than they're supposed to,
Have the
and
virus.
you cough just a little bit.
Oh, that means I need to help
You
you.
need to
I come
self-quarantine.
We'll have to self-quarantine.
Self-quarantine yourself.
Are you getting sick again?
You might want to
You're
Just
more
like letting
important.
him know of the start of the symptoms and let him decide whether or not
No,
he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
heal.
kill her first.
Karen logic.
Priorities.
player logic. So flawed.
It's his priorities.
I know.
Well, to be fair, she's more useful than a random civilian.
That's
Yeah. And she's his halfling.
As dark as that is to say, it's true.
If she dies, everyone is screwed.
Well, because I'm using my magic to stop people from dying. I can't cure them, but I can stop them from dying.
How many vessels can I use to get the same amount of water? That's the question now, isn't it?
How many vessels?
So far, it's 3. The water bottle, and...
Oh. There's a bug right there. Just I'm doing depends.
Technically, you have
I
2 water
didn't
bottles.
trust
I
that.
don't trust it either.
That-
Or you can pour it
After
in
I
the
used it, it kind of just
Too much work.
So, question to have though.
Yeah. You're not. Once you're cured from him, you're not able to be contaminated. It's basically like it never.
So I have another question: is how many people has he trained now? Because he can train one person
I
once
think
per
we've got
day.
3 people
You got-
trained
Doesn't
so
it have
far.
5 people so
I
far?
had 5.
Oh, 5? Okay.
So you're
That
healing
one.
roughly over 100 a day. And so every single day you're basically doing the lay on hands to cure the wounds and to give somebody else the ability.
Yep.
Yeah. What is that, Derek?
Floral foam.
Why do you just have styrofoam?
I don't know why it does. It's weird.
It fell off the bookshelf. It can stay there.
Or not.
It can stay there.
It's just like rejected. Rejected again!
I had too much angle. They don't tend to do that.
They're called
And
mimics.
if they did, I would leave. And never come back.
I feel very scared if your bookshelf did that. Be questioning my sanity. But as you keep healing, you start to notice that the sickness is almost
It has developed total organ
no.
failure.
not necessarily total
Like
organ
ink.
failure, but it's developed like
Insanity.
the insanity binding another person.
That person's definitely one of the people getting killed today.
Getting killed by you?
Healed.
Oh. I thought you said killed.
Bodies,
have
you
hold,
know?
I don't have hold person,
No, 'cause
so
I haven't seen the
I can't
bodies.
just go hold person on them.
Amran. Where is it?
This is like the third time it's happened that you start to see this one.
If he's the only one that does it today.
Well, the problem is there's
Or
more.
now we just run and just smack him to heal him.
So-
Smack! Heal!
So the next day you see
Be healed.
you hear almost like 20 different times it happens within the day,
Oh no.
and it went from 3 to 20.
And we'll just kind of keep them isolated because I feel like the biting is making it worse.
Probably. Biting's gotta spread
You're
out
able
faster.
you're able to heal all of the rest. New drug.
I cannot.
I must see him as well.
What are you gonna do? Because if you don't do anything, it's only gonna get worse.
Irish. We're gonna
I don't know how to change it.
get some of the guards. The city's
Quarantine's
quarantined,
better.
so
It's the people that are people inside the city are attacking other people in the city.
Yeah. No, quarantine the people in the city. Like,
extra quarantine
don't
the
let
aggressive
them
people.
leave their houses.
Yeah.
Quarantine.
And if you get sick,
Not
you go into a
quarantine.
specific area.
Quarantine.
Yeah. So it's only those who
That's
press
what
far.
they're doing in the Philippines.
Yeah, they're
right now.
bleeding from the eyes and biting pretty much.
If you have the quarantine, just shoot on sight. Don't show any symptoms.
A while ago.
That's where Abe was.
Yeah, he was. But he came back.
Good thing he left.
But anywho,
It's gonna be the Division 2 all over again. Well, I always point that.
It'll just be Mirror's Edge.
at this point, to change
Probably
the
just have it so the sickest people are.
At this point, all we can do is preventative message.
Like 5%.
You can't win this battle.
We can't. Look, there are people who
So
are
it's
dying on.
We're gonna want to get all of the cured people a single spot close to the edge so that if need be, we
Here's
can
the
leave
thing,
with them
though.
all.
All the cured people are actually starting to help with the efforts to heal
No.
because they can't be hurt because they can't be sick again.
That doesn't mean they can't get eaten.
Yes. Which means we're gonna want to have our base be moved to the edge of the city on one of the sides so that then, if it gets bad enough, we can leave with all of the healthy people.
So basically, you're sectioning off one area of health.
Not all of the healthy people to help, just so that.
Well, they're
So,
Also, if we can get some of the people that we're teaching them how to
160
heal
people a day.
to start being able to teach how to heal as well.
160 people is
Okay.
like.
well, what I'm saying is that can
The
he
people
teach?
I've taught, can they teach other people as
Yeah.
well?
yes. You just have to kind of have them go through the same process of you how you learned it.
That one's broken. I can't push it down.
How did you
That's
learn
because
it?
it was against this charger.
Yeah, it's because mine sticks out a
The
little.
charger's too big.
Chargers. too
Chargers
fast.
should be a uniform size that
They're
fits
not.
the size of
It's
the
annoying.
socket. And none of them
weird.
should be
You
circular.
know what's even worse?
But
There are sockets in the UK that are completely different than the sockets here.
Oh, I know about those ones. Those are
well,
fun.
there are lots of different kinds.
They're
of
a pain in the
sockets,
butt, but they're fun.
you just need them.
That's fine. Me, I'll be like that.
So yes, you can have those people teach more people so it can grow exponentially, but still you have the problem that more than like 45% of the city is infected.
Yeah, that is a problem.
What spreads this disease?
Can I use my healer's kit to see if I can figure that out?
We can try to figure that
It
out.
would take a few tests, but you'd have to grab someone who's very infected.
I would.
So it might be slightly dangerous.
It's
You can't
curse.
catch it,
might
but I'll
have
still
a
put
central
some
point of
guards with you.
radiation. So you also want to look at where the infected people are from in the city.
Yeah. That's probably something.
Yeah,
Eventually,
probably
start
something
drawing
you're
up
gonna
a
focus
map.
on while I'm focusing on
Yeah.
healing people.
I actually want to get a map, and I want to actually mark, especially like the heavier concentrated people of where they've been infected,
So as you notice, as you start doing this and going over the city,
and I want to get a test
Poison
sample
the
from
water.
it.
so as you go to test the water, you start to have a few of the like I don't know, said undead. I was thinking of you guys. A few of the not the cursed,
Symptoms again.
Sick.
the sick start to like come out of their houses and kind of surround you a little bit.
And then they start chanting ominously.
Ugari, Ugari, Ugari.
I probably went in there with some guards because I'm short.
Yeah, like 2.
I'm like, I'm gonna of course have my shield out, but I'm not gonna have my mace drawn.
Oh.
But more or less have my shield
There's
out
like
so that
4
I can.
of them, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, but it's just like my shield is there so that I can have a higher AC.
Why one higher?
So it's like after I grab like my samples of water, I would want to leave this area
Shield.
so I don't get
Yeah, but
surrounded.
shields do.
Yeah, shields give +2.
Why? So why is it only 1 higher?
My AC is 17 with the shield is 19.
Okay, I was just confused because you said 1 higher.
No, because I said because my AC is higher.
Whatever, English.
Whatever, English.
So the guards are
Writing
actually gonna like run forward and kind of like one's gonna hit this side, one's gonna hit this side, and kind of like make a part for you.
Come, we must try to help the people.
So when you get back, you're able to actually test the water.
Ding.
It's
And there's-
acid.
They're drinking liquid acid, guys.
Just like the lake.
It's actually
Which kind
quite
of
close
acid?
to the lake water.
It's Dante's Peak all over again.
Hmm.
It's gonna melt through the metal
I'm
boat.
gonna ask where does the source of this well come from?
There's an underground water source.
Does it come by the lake?
It's a natural spring, actually.
Okay. Well, someone's managed to poison the springs. This is where everyone's getting infected from.
Someone has corrupted the font of madness. That's what's happened here.
I'm more curious how they corrupted a spring.
It's actually not that hard.
Really?
Yeah, just throw a dead
Yeah.
body in
Yeah, it's not hard.
That works very well, actually.
it.
Throwing a dead body in it will make that water undrinkable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So I'd find a way to purify the water.
To purify that much
How's
water
it-
would take a long time.
There's a way
A lot
to
of
do it,
spell
though.
slots. Purify food and drink.
Right.
But you would need a lot of spell slots.
I was thinking something else, actually.
I mean, you could probably like.
I mean,
You
if,
could do it
if we can
manually,
get
but that
enough
would be a lot
clerics doing
harder.
it, because
Cleric spell was.
But it's probably better to have the clerics actually healing the people instead of healing the water.
Well, the water is the source. The more people that drink
Drinking water.
like she did with the acid.
I want to see if there's a way to find something to purify the water with, like a concoction or something that'll help purify or at least stop. Well, I don't know, just something.
Just pour some chlorine in it.
I don't have chlorine.
Roll a history check to see what you remember. There's something you could remember that could assist you with this.
Well, it's connected to
Nope,
an
I don't
underground
remember at
volcano.
all.
I'll let you roll one too, Sam.
A history?
Yeah.
Which one's history? Where's history?
History's intelligence.
Oh, there it is. Okay. That's an 8.
You still want to remember?
You are foolish! Intelligence is the bane of all religious people in D&D.
It is true. Even though religion is intelligence.
Religion is intelligence-based, but no religious people take intelligence. Bunny only has like 12.
Well, here's the thing, though. It is one of intelligence is
She's
one of my
probably
higher
slightly smarter
stats.
than me
though.
in real life.
I've got a +5 to that, and I still got an 8.
Well, here's the thing,
I
though.
just rolled
Clerics
bad.
is a wisdom base, though.
Yeah,
not intelligence.
Paladins are charisma, clerics are wisdom,
You guys need to cast
monks are
augury on
wisdom.
him.
All religious people don't
You guys
have
need to cast
intelligence
augury on
as a
him.
base,
Yeah.
and religion is intelligence.
Yeah. I think that's a little dumb.
So as you continue,
Technically, you can't do it.
you're trying to look for
You
something
can't change
to clean the water.
or
purify
or purify or something. I want to see if I can figure out
Well, how did the
how
how
you
did
even
how
start.
the lake get purified?
Well, the lake got purified because the house the house disappeared.
There might
The
be
question
something
is,
similar.
there might be something similar to that here. I
We
wonder.
must kill Jigaleg.
I'm
That's the only
gonna
option.
talk with some of like the guards, especially those who have lived here for a while. It's like, is there like any like landmarks or something new that's been brought into town that is more recent, like right before the plague started?
No, we weren't even thinking of that, but there were.
That great big
Like,
spire.
well, maybe if it's a plant that was recently planted, like a tree or something.
We did move the cemetery.
That would probably do it, actually. What?
It's not an old city.
But how do you move an entire cemetery? Are you moving the dead people too?
They didn't.
So
It's
they moved all of the bodies.
not all of them. They basically basically here's the cemetery, and they moved all the bodies into here, and then they went somewhere else to do another cemetery.
Okay, and what was built in place of the cemetery was?
A temple.
Pretty much.
Oh shoot! We just covered the problem. They built a temple on an Indian burial ground.
Doesn't anybody see the problem in doing that?
I have a question though, is why move the cemetery? Why disturb the dead?
That's so much harder than it needs to be to move a cemetery. Just build the temple somewhere else.
Did you see what they did down in New Orleans when they were running out of room? They put the temple over the cemetery, and on the ground are the names of the face stones.
I like that.
Yeah, it was really cool. They didn't do that here, but
This spell is strong.
mostly the reason they were moving is because they were told to.
Who told you to move it?
Someone up the chain of command. They don't actually know who.
I am fishy of this. I want to investigate this temple.
Okay, you go to the temple, and there's actually a sewer entrance. Not a sewer entrance. An underground entrance.
They built a sewer under the temple where the graveyard was. We discovered the real problem.
You see,
Dead bodies in the sewer.
you see an entrance to the crypt under the temple.
I don't trust this one bit. I am not going to
temple
go
made of black
down there
obsidian?
at all, alone whatsoever. I will take probably a group of guards. I'm not sure how many.
And let him and the other paladins keep healing.
I hesitate stealing any of the paladins to stop the work because that's 5 people a day.
20 a day.
20 a day.
Well,
Yeah.
20 a day if they're my level.
That's true.
Because they've got 5 slots per level.
There'd probably be 1 a day each.
5 a day each.
Alright, that's the...
If they're first
Right.
level paladins, 5 a day. Or further up.
There's some of them are
more.
10 a day, but there's very few of them.
But anyhow. So,
Because they've sent some paladins from the main city.
yeah, so I don't know if there is a paladin to be spared to come down with me.
There really isn't.
That's why I'm thinking calm down some guards. Because first, right now, we're investigating. We're going to try to figure this out. But I, of course, let people know where I'm going.
The
So if I
temple,
don't come back...
when you get there, it actually looks quite abandoned. Because everyone's being quarantined, pretty much. There's nobody
Just-
really there.
Built it!
Well, everyone's in quarantine.
Stealth.
So, yeah, so we've informed
I know.
people where we're going. We are now
Oh, I know,
going
Derek.
there. I'd say if we're not...
You're
That-
going there with a group of clerics.
I'm going... Well, the clerics I needed to heal people. I am... a one
Clerics
person.
aren't. The paladins are.
The clerics are slowing it down so it doesn't get worse.
Fair enough.
That's
So
what
it
the
doesn't get
clerics
worse
are doing.
as fast. So,
Yeah.
so you probably have a group of fighters or
That's why
whatnot
less
that we've
people are
healed
dying.
already.
That's why, yeah.
Just check town guard or something.
Probably a group of fighters and whatnot.
There
that
are
we've
some
already
military
healed.
units from the city that came to assist.
Yeah, that's probably who I take. Is I probably take a unit. Or, how many people are in a unit?
Especially if there's a dwarven
Probably
unit.
10. In a battalion, there's 20 to 30.
I probably. I don't know how many people I should take. Should I take 1 unit or 2?
The temple is not very big. It couldn't
So-
fit a whole battalion.
So,
So,
probably
probably
1.
You're just scouting.
That's true.
You
I
don't
probably.
need an army
Probably
to
the
scout.
10.
That's true. I'm just scared somebody's gonna jump up and kill me.
Armies are actually worse for scouting.
That's true. So I probably would just take the 1 battalion and go down.
So
10
20
people.
people or 10 people?
10 people probably.
Okay, so a unit. Okay,
Just take a unit and go down.
it's different per kingdom, so
Are there any of the units a dwarven unit?
no.
Oh.
The dwarves are at least
If there was a
3
dwarven
weeks
unit,
away
I'd
by
suggest
horse.
use that one instead.
Yeah, the dwarves are at least 3 weeks away by horse.
It's Dutch.
No, but if it was an option, the dwarves are the better option.
Yeah. When dealing with undead.
Also the dwarves. I like them better.
Fair.
So as you enter, it's really abandoned, even though it's new. It still has the new furnishings and everything, but you can tell that something is just not right. Something is just off.
I would have the light cantrip casted upon my staff.
As you enter with the light cantrip on, are you in the front or are you in the middle? Or the back?
Middle.
I'm not in the back. Walk side by side.
4 maybe?
Okay, so I'm
2 through the doorway and then 4 otherwise, and then in the main heart of the temple maybe 6.
So
it's not a very big one.
yeah, so I'd be one of the first people in, but I'm definitely not the very first to walk.
I mean, you could technically squeeze a couple more people in there if you're going like shoulder to shoulder, but I don't think you're gonna do that.
Fill the
No,
entire
not quite.
temple with bodies. Actually, it's already done that.
That's just a bad idea all around.
So as you enter with the light cantrip, roll a perception check, and I'm gonna roll for them too.
Them being the guards?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Had to make sure.
I'm not telling you what else is on
24.
Okay, you actually see this. There's a spirit kind of like standing up on the balcony. Blue. Think like if Cortana and a spirit were mixed together.
Ghost.
Pretty
So like
much.
the ones you see in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Baldur's Gate.
No one knows.
Ghost.
Cause I got her to play Skyrim, so she knows.
And
the
then-
I do understand Skyrim.
And then as you walk in a little bit further with the light cantrip, it turns stark red and fades in.
They built it on a banshee burial ground.
Guards light some torches, and then I would turn out the light cantrip.
Okay, do any of you have dark vision to see how
I-
far you can see?
Don't.
I do.
They're all humans, so you're screwed.
I don't have dark vision. I'm a halfling. Halflings don't
Don't
have
you know
dark
next with the party?
Chip had to deal
At
with.
party.
vision at full speed.
So as you keep going, you see the spirit.
I hesitate. You still this at the temple. We haven't gone underneath.
There's the altar here and stairs going up, and there's this hallway going back. There was a eat something good. Not healthy, just kidding.
This is just ominous beyond belief.
Why do you think I told Derek to play this music?
Why do you think I chose this music?
I kind
You
of.
know, you do know the paladins have a divine sense that they could use to sense undead and whatnot around here.
Only
Yeah.
works if they're not behind total
How they're popping in and out, you wouldn't be able to tell where they all are.
No, we could potentially figure out what they are faster.
It does tell you what they are.
It does tell you what they are.
I myself am wanting a paladin, just because it's like this is scary now.
Thank you for
Everyone, let's slowly back out of the temple. So just kind of like slowly back out.
mission is done, everybody.
I want my paladin. My friend, you're my paladin. And since I am short, I am not very fast. I probably would send one of the. Well, we're outside the temple.
Right.
Send one of the.
Two spirits just on the balcony looking at you.
Are they singing?
Are they
and
red?
chanting
They've actually
ominously?
turned back to blue.
Are they
Okay,
singing
so
and
don't
chanting?
go in with the light cantrip. I want to see something. As I'm standing in the doorway, like.
She just throw that.
I'm not gonna go back in by myself.
Or is it proximity to light? You might that
It
torch
might
might
be.
not be close enough with the extra 3 feet that is your arm length.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 feet that is your arm length.
3 feet is pretty generous there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
because
So,
your
I do
wingspan
wait-
Mine
is
was
usually,
barely 3 feet.
well, your wingspan is usually as tall as you.
Yeah.
So the extra
Your
like,
wingspan, but
So it'd be almost a foot and a half.
Yeah.
yeah.
I have to hold it with both because I
There's
Gas
something
government.
scary in the church that they built on the graveyard.
so
Who would have thought?
I don't know how soon in the because I would have wanted to get started this as early in the day as possible because then people are well rested. So I'm not sure how early in the day, although Sam would go through his lay on hands pretty quickly. So he probably
Pretty quickly,
would
'cause
have
I've
run
got-
through his lay on hands and
Well, I do have 25 of those. 'Cause fifth level.
Wow. you might not have.
probably burned through maybe 5. And you've already gone through your daily where you train someone else.
Yeah, because I focus on doing that first, so that then they can
Yeah, I
heal as
assume
much
so.
as they can during the
No, it's only
For everyone. Not a stick of gum.
That's stringy.
Soldier walks.
By who?
Funny.
As-
And I see or the ghost's still there.
Yep.
I go, come here. I'm not
Okay.
taking my eyes off them. I just point.
When
They're
you see
preparing
them,
for a charge.
you can actually see them a little bit better.
Because I do have dark vision.
I'm not telling you why you can see them better, and it's not because of dark vision.
Oh no.
Who the spirit really is. So the outer form isn't the inner form.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Presents be requested.
Yeah, I
Praise
heard
be
the
the
card
spirit.
told me you wanted me here, and now I can see why. I'm on a divine sense.
With the name for it. It's not a wraith because wraiths are already a thing. Specters.
It's not a banshee.
These are
Siren.
these are kind of like a.
If they're a ghost, they can possess you, and if they're a doppelganger, I don't know what that has done to Ghost, but I'm sure it's bad.
Doppelgangers have one ability to change shape and whatnot, so.
They turn into you,
But as a ghost.
and then possess you.
Not Frank.
Or they possess you,
Or they
and then
possess
they
you, turn
leave
into
you,
a copy of your
and
soul
they
and eat
look
your
like
soul.
you. That'd be much worse.
Yeah, it sounds like 5 Kingdoms. There's a cave you enter, and when you leave a copy of yourself behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows what I'm talking about.
They
Yeah, I
gotta
read
have
the
an
first
archive.
4 books of Five Kingdoms. Is there more?
There's 5 books, I think.
Well, I would sure
That's
hope so in
all.
a series called Five Kingdoms.
Oh, yeah, because each book they go to a different kingdom.
You should have
Yeah,
a 6th
That's
book
cool.
where it's the combination is wrong.
the combination.
Kanamana.
The Konami code.
Phenomena.
The guy who made the Konami code died.
What?
I guess he didn't enter it right. It's supposed to give you extra lives.
What?
Yeah.
The what code?
The Konami
Cheat code that's commonly used.
giving more lives.
Hey, these are weird ghosts.
Yeah, no, I walked in with the light, with my staff light, with the light cantrip, and they turned red and they swarmed.
Well, can you see what they're doing right now with
They're
their face?
She actually can't.
blue.
Like you look like a
I'm
normal
not
person.
You have seen the outer face, and only the outer face.
Okay, so you're only seeing
Not
the
the
outer
interface.
face.
Well, because this temple was built.
I'm not sure what this is.
But here's, we need to investigate this temple.
Oh.
That goes to the crypt, and I doubt it's the crypt.
Are there any of the older rocks around here so I can take a look at them and try to figure out?
Most of them. Right.
So I might be able to figure out information if I can get my hands on some of the older rocks.
Let's head inside now with our unit of guards.
Well, let's
and
head
us too.
inside now.
Well, if you find some of the heads.
Probably have some of the stronger people around for that for sure.
We have a unit of guards.
Yeah, I'd want a unit.
Because those guys.
What?
Huh.
As you two cross the threshold, they turn.
I'm gonna call out and go, hello?
They kind of just all vanish when you say that.
Frank!
They're not happy with something.
I'm not happy either!
I know what you mean. Stuff out. Investigate.
Underneath there's a ladder.
Probably notice it if she pulls on the thing though.
Just
Yeah,
I guess this means we have to go down the hole.
pretty much.
the guards down. Now then we'd probably follow in after them.
As soon as you send the first few down, you kind of see their torches go out. With your dark vision, you can still see them, but you don't see anything else around them.
Like,
What-
how did
what
the
caused-
torches go out?
Burning and then
Because
Ghosts don't
kind of looks like wind
I-
blew it out. So
I want to... Can I find like
Reminds me
a
of
small
Frank
object?
like copper coin.
Mars, and you're gonna pay from this kingdom.
So I take this small stone and I just cast light on it and I let it drop down.
As you do, you see spirits kind of just surrounding them, and they're all red, but they're not doing anything.
know, I guess you gotta go down now.
Yep.
Put out the light.
Just like,
Make sure you have your light on your. Out the light.
well, the spirits so far aren't
Or-
doing anything. And
Not yet.
Not yet. Just wait till you go down. Remember how much they hated you when you walked in?
I would like turn out the light. It's like, okay.
Foresight is much harder to have.
They don't like the light though.
No.
Ghosts don't like light.
I think
But
this
you-
means I have to go in before you.
Yeah. I am blind in the darkness.
I know.
It's like, I hate this.
Doesn't mean I'm happy about having to go in first.
That sounds like the first line of a song. I'm blind in the darkness.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna climb down.
Do Clarks get the spell Dark Vision?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It makes me very sad because then I can't cast Dark Vision on myself. I'd be fine.
I'm pretty sure there's some kind of cleric that could.
I don't think it'd be knowledge. Knowledge would be my best guess, though.
Or trickery.
Maybe
Could work with
trickery.
I need one of those.
I mean, if you had it as a racial feat, you'd have it.
You
Just
just
depends on
looking
which
at Van
god you
Helsing's
get
Guide to the
Van
Unquiet
Helsing.
Dead and said I need one of those. I don't even know if you're looking at the magic items, but even then it's still bad.
I am now scared. Okay, so I guess Sam goes down first.
All of a sudden, an undead aboleth
Yeah.
comes out of the ground.
That's how you die.
I know what's in that book.
That's how you die.
Yeah, I know what's in that book.
I don't.
You should look at Darkul Fever.
Right down how long
It's
it
next to the
lasts.
dog. Quite interesting.
Right down how long will it last?
Divine sense.
I read that before I made this play.
I figured.
I had this play.
So Sam goes down because he has dark vision.
As he goes down, the ghosts are kind of around. So as you go down, Sam can actually see this. Nobody else really can. It's a room, just like kind of like this room, just maybe like twice as long. And the ladder comes down like right here in the middle of the side.
And the cipher there.
But you can tell there's something sitting on top of it.
On top of the altar.
Yes.
I'm not liking this.
More than one something. But you can tell there's something there.
Unless that is the dragon skull from Dark Messiah Mind Magic. You better start running.
Most
the
likely,
sacrificial
I
rite?
should.
Well, what do you see down there? Do you want me to come down?
There's an altar with some stuff on it.
Do you want me to come down or stay up here?
I don't know. I'm wondering what would happen if she were to like cast light on a rock again and then throw it to the other side of the room, from, like the top of the ladder.
She could. It would take a dexterity check at the top, right?
Yeah, it'd just be kind
So
of like
it'd be kind of hard to like you'd have to like bounce it off the
It'd
wall.
be like-
Well, here's the
No, it'd
thing
be
though.
like
How
fall
tall is
down
the
a
ceiling?
little, so
Oh,
she's
okay.
right under.
Hey, you know I like that book.
I know you like that book, but it's not that one.
One of the red spirits is going to turn blue and walk up to Sam as he's about to leave, and kind of put his hand on his shoulder. And as you do, you can see like in your mind's eye what he was before he became this, and it was just a small boy.
I can get down and help.
Way.
It might have been sacrificed for the
The altar wouldn't do anything. The skull's probably cursed. I don't.
climb
That's
back out.
indeed.
So then we're gonna make sure that the more or less the same as it did before we got here.
Go and we see what's in the crypt.
It's like some look very new compared to some he did. In between two. That's a wizard spell. I don't think.
Though it was like chalk.
Does anyone have chalk?
Or
one of
or
the smaller
pen, or-
frames.
In the shape of a crayon.
Some of the. As you do, you start to.
Here.
Yeah, you always do. If you have access to a ley line intersection or a ley line,
That's probably why they moved the church.
Okay, we've got the church here. Or the
Why they
That's all we see in
don't
there is
know
that.
how to break
Yeah.
this right now. But we can go to a temple or something to see if we can. We can try that.
how many dots are there?
A wisdom, because you would know these books by, like, just by feel at this point.
That's good. That's a 19. So
as
that's
you do,
24 total.
as you look through this book, you actually see a purification, and you've seen this with these markings before. Back when you purified, there's 2 monuments.
That's what I was thinking.
The kid was saying earlier.
The same pattern as the new bricks in the wall. Where yeah, dark vision is instantaneous and lasts for a certain amount of time.
I think it's like
I think it lasts
2
for
minutes.
1 hour.
Or is it
Or an hour.
Yeah.
Probably an hour.
I think
You would then go open the altar.
As you do, a few blue spirits are gonna fly out. Not red, blue.
Not red,
We
blue.
don't have any lights out.
I know.
I think it's the lights that agitate them and make them red.
Maybe.
Could be something else.
Could be something else.
Okay. So,
That's something that had to be.
what?
You look more childish. I mean, the one was a kid.
They
For
look
sure.
like adults, but the faces behind the faces look like kids.
So do you send a couple guards down first again? And then
Yeah.
have you go down and then have me go down after you?
Or have you go down then me. So then you're more in the middle of the party since you can see.
Yeah. So that I can
Because
see.
before me going down first was because you were.
Yeah, so that we send a couple of guards
So
down.
as you're going down the ladder, you hear one of the guards scream.
I look.
And he's like on the ground, like holding his face.
it's a first level spell.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. How's he doing?
Just stop this ladder. Crap.
How's he doing?
2 of the guards are just gonna start trying to help him, and he just like kind of starts rolling around, just holding his face, screaming.
I would probably come down, and Sam was like not
I'd
too
come
far
down.
behind me.
I wouldn't be too far behind her. As soon as he started screaming, I'd have started climbing down.
So as he stops all of a sudden, as soon as Sam comes down, and he just removes his hands, you see one of the spirit faces over his face.
He's
He's
possessed.
possessed now.
And he draws his weapon. Roll initiative.
Oh
Welcome to Ghosts. This is the one thing they do. I think it was you that nearly killed someone. by being
Unnatural
possessed.
20.
Was it you?
no. 17.
I've never been possessed in D&D, so it wasn't me.
Yeah.
That will provoke an opportunity attack.
Well, question here. Oh yeah, I will have to run past.
So rather than giving them more time, you guys got a lot of time left time.
It happens.
Where's our time?
After this.
Question here I have though.
Problems
Turn
with-
undead. Would that force the undead that's possessing the guy to run away if he fails?
In theory, Derek, wouldn't it?
Turn on dead. Yeah, I think it would because it would make
In
the
theory,
spirit
make the
run.
undead flee.
It could
It
move
could
the person
either
with it.
make the ghost go out of him,
I
or
think
it
that's
could
just
delete
a
the
move. I
possession,
think that's just a
or
spirit has to flee or retreat.
Is
Would
the
he be able to
spirit
move?
inside
the
the
spirit would be
body?
afraid
yes.
of him though, so
He
he,
does
wouldn't
not
have
have to run.
concentration.
Technically, the spirit still has to move away, though.
Yes.
He
But
would
the
be
spirit
afraid
is
and
currently
has to move.
possessing a living creature. You're casting.
Right,
Turn
so
on
we're
dead
He'd have
saying
to
living
move his full
creature.
speed. Hold and restraint.
I have a point. This my shield and mace drawn around him.
Yes, but he will get an opportunity attack.
Or if she moves past him
Because
with the disengage
it's only
action.
15 feet wide.
Oh, then he.
Or if she
right.
moves past with the disengage action, movement once.
The real problem is
you only have 2
opportunity.
points of attack. So you just see his arm just.
You left for the first time.
I actually sent him. So I have run past to that other altar, and I of course am
You're still 15 feet away from this.
still 15 feet away from it.
Do you?
Makes sense.
Maybe find an exorcist.
The dispel good and evil or something would be out.
Yeah, the spirit's out, and
The ghost can't be targeted.
Help me get this ritual thing started.
Yeah.
Do it.
Moving
how much damage does it
closer.
do?
Has to be done.
Find this.
We're finding this out. Alright. So I will approach him as far as I can and then prepare an action to attack stuff if it comes close. Well, good.
That's the hope.
Because
Because they can only move at half speed while dragging someone. They can only move 15 feet.
Yeah, but they're already by the ladder.
They're still by the ladder, so it'd just be.
Can you carry a body up a ladder?
Yeah.
There's 3 of them to carry
It's
one
hard,
guy.
but
It's
it's-
hard.
For them to see, then it still counts.
Yeah.
See.
They're within 5
Context.
hitting if you need turn undead. Form then other things. That's what.
To cast Turn Undead.
Only what's the DC?
15.
Yeah, standard skeleton. So.
Yep. Start writing.
I would let you. I don't think that's in D&D rules, but I would let you.
It's because I didn't even really get.
You can yell and write at the same time.
Just leave us alone!
I think an action.
It
to
does.
use.
That's why I'm letting her use her bonus action.
Yeah.
So she doesn't get much writing in, but she gets some.
Yeah.
I know. I play with weird rules.
You play with logical rules.
I guess that could work.
It might be a possibility.
At least one more session is good.
There's still one more.
Yeah, 2 of them did. I'm gonna help clear stuff away and then with some of the writing because.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to bet? With what?
You have a ton.
There's pennies! There's pennies!
He doesn't have anything to bet with.
You can both have pennies. Just to bite out pennies. Anywho,
So I'm gonna be moving stuff out of the way if they're try to get this ritual done faster before this spirit has too many problems.
Okay, you get a quarter of the writing.
both of them are running now.
Possess if you can.
Okay, they're all going to try to possess Sam.
Oh no!
Sam, make 4 Christmas saving throws.
4. Oh no. So that's a 13 and 21.
Yeah, I think it's that's good. I think the DC is 13.
19 and a natural 20.
Okay, you're fine.
So that's a 25 and a 26.
Why did you try to possess the paladin with a charisma save?
I just
You
chose
should have
Sam.
possessed the cleric with a charisma
They
save.
don't know that. Yeah,
Child just
they
scared some of them
they're
away.
either gonna possess the guy with the sword out, or the girl who has dropped her weapons is now
The
right.
guy with the giant sword.
Or M when I was playing poker with him. I just
Aliens. So Atlanteans.
Alright, but
This
it
is
would take
Continue not the writing.
both of you if you take all of your turn to light the incense and do the writing, you can finish it.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Would remember all of the incantation for this.
You probably would have taught it to me as well, since
Yeah.
I'm the one writing it out too.
I'd make sure that you would know too, because
So I'd
We
spend my
needed to be
entire
prepared.
action, bonus action and action as well, just to write.
Yeah. So now 2 more. Back up. 20 and a 19. You
Okay.
kicked ass.
So charisma,
Charisma save.
Yeah, I felt.
17, 23,
that's 22.
22,
12.
12.
Oh, you get possessed.
Oh no.
I've also dropped and walked away from my weapons at this point, so I have to go and get my weapons.
Right.
Or you can use magic.
Can they use my magic?
Yeah.
Even if
They
it's
can make
divine?
you do anything that is on your character sheet.
Alright.
Yep.
So they're gonna look over at Sam and then just use guiding bolt 2nd level.
And have the ones that didn't possess her
Actually-
attack Sam.
Yep, that's 2.
Those make you do a guiding bolt onto Sam.
They didn't roll over 10, so they don't hit you at all.
Yeah, there's no way they hit me with under a 10.
Can you cast 3rd level spells?
I do have 3rd level spells.
So they're gonna cast guiding bolt 3rd level at Sam.
This is why you possess the cleric.
Alright.
So the first time was 2nd level, just the one at 3rd level.
What is it? Isn't it dexterity to avoid a guiding bolt?
Guiding bolt's a roll to hit.
Oh, okay. Let me just roll that. 10.
I have.
Those are the 8s.
Oh yeah, it'll be 66.
Doubled because it was crit.
That's not too terrible.
So not too terrible for Sam, or not too terrible for you?
So
22 times.
That's 40 what?
44. How much life do you have?
So I'm at 19 now.
Okay, good. I didn't want to instantly kill you.
That's shock save, which is which.
Just, I think that's power?
Yeah, it's Constitution.
Or is it just a straight roll of D20?
No, it's a Constitution.
Okay.
I think it's a... Derek, is that a...
16 if it's Constitution.
If it's Constitution, that's a 16.
Without it, what is it?
11.
Oh, you're still fine.
Oh, the spirits took my turn.
Yeah,
I can't
you don't
fight
get
it.
turns.
You don't
I
get
don't
a
get
turn.
to fight it.
Doesn't on her turn she get a chance to resist?
That's what I'm thinking.
Activate it.
But then it'd be
Yeah, I'm
activated
gonna
again.
Yeah. And they're all going to turn back into like these blue spirits, and they're all going to be like almost fully corporeal, and they're all going to
Plus con, it's 16.
edgy guys.
Can I see it?
Probably.
Pretty much.
Just yeah. So we. Question is this the part that was turning the water?
That's what you don't know yet.
We don't know yet. We haven't been able to go up top and see if we cured the water.
Is your server open all the time?
Yes.
I might jump over tonight.
Okay.
Spellcasting modifier is charisma.
Stupid in the months.
0.
Like the top where it goes like this. Oh, we can put that up. We can have other people join it during the server.
Because you can have like 35 people on.
Yeah, I still need that big.
Even though I don't know if the 2 gigabyte server can stand 35. Why do they let you have 35 people on 2 gig server?
Oof.
So as you go
Yeah.
to the surface, you can tell by the time you got up there, it's roughly around nighttime-ish, like evening, and you can see that people are actually starting to heal on their own.
That was the whole problem
That's
there.
good.
Like the infection is starting to slow. Some of them are still getting points to where they could die, but it's not nearly as fast.
I want sleep and then I want to
We
check
did the main
water.
thing that.
And
Actually,
the
I
biting
wanna
attacks
try-
are actually at 0 for today.
I want to check the water, but I'm so sleepy. I probably
It'd probably be safer to not.
yeah. I'm like I'll check it
Yeah.
in the morning. Sleep.
We'll check it in the morning because
So I'm gonna
That
jump
was
over to
exhausting.
them because that was like a lot.
Yes. Yes. Like
Yes.
you did us last week. Now you get to do them this week. Take it the short time. Have fun.
Guys, it's up to
Have
you
fun.
guys. It'll be kind of nerve-wracking because you're gonna have to try to avoid enemy scouts and patrols of dead and just random undead. So make a stealth check for during the day.
Using what?
Stealth?
We're
Stealth.
going through forest, right?
Do you know what your dexterity modifier is?
+5?
Technically,
have
if you don't have
proficiency?
proficiency in stealth,
Shadow
so
Monk's
the
blood.
shadow, yeah.
Unless you're with us.
Because when I do
Or-
a dexterity-based character, I
Or
usually
depending
give
on
myself
background,
proficiency
you
in all
might just
dexterity.
because.
I'll just let you
skill
roll
use.
proficiency because you don't know.
24.
That's nice.
That's 18.
So you'd add 8 if it's with proficiency.
And roll for Jake. Jake does not have proficiency.
Jake has bugger all.
To stay small.
Uh-huh.
One got a critical 1, but since it was a party check, you guys are fine.
Yeah, because it's just normally
so
takes
loud.
the average of the
All
party.
right, buddy. We're gonna ask you to guard this position. All right.
You stay here, and then you get through the first day,
I rolled a.
but they're far enough away that they don't notice you. There's a few stragglers, but because nobody's a very loud snorer, you seem to succeed. That's one of the requirements of the military training. Do you snore loud? Hi.
That's how you get caught and dead.
6 more checks. Like, picture like you can see a few undead patrolling, but these aren't. You can hear some. No,
Yeah,
but they found the thing. It's gonna be the chosen. The other two. That's just my. Yeah, but they'd feel the heat and see the flame. As you see, so they start. Can I see the monster name?
Which is kind of like
The Wraith is still pretty incorporeal.
I'm thinking of some. I'm probably thinking of something else.
of radiant. Once per turn. First strike.
A Wraith is just an upgraded version of a Spectre.
Then I'm thinking of something
Like a
else.
Spectre Commander.
They just get
Basically anything with resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing that has
The specters in my world be a little corporeal.
no white.
Harder.
A little bit, not direct key. Because not jumping could be anything from 5 feet to 60 feet.
There's not enough wind for it to jump.
Yeah.
There's like no wind. I think it's 20 feet in all directions.
Okay.
Or 30.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to put that out.
Wait, who lit the keep on fire?
Jake.
Jake. Derek made Jake light something on fire, which is what he would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of wood primarily grows in this land?
Evergreens.
Oh yeah, this thing's about to be in flames.
Yeah, dry evergreens are toast.
There's no freaking way they're putting out a pine fire with this much fuel. Those things go up like gasoline.
Come ready.
If you can burn down a wall of a fortified place, all of a sudden all their fortifications are gone.
Yeah.
So if their fortifications, they will not be as hard to take. They don't sleep.
This is true. They don't need to sleep at all.
That's the real problem. And they do as they're told forever, unless they break free.
Yes.
A lot of the undead to the north are actually sentient and not like this.
Yeah, but they're not standard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's quite a bit of standard. There's like double as many standards there are mine, but most of them get killed.
What is the tower in the center of the keep?
The tower in the center, it looks more like 4 towers around one middle. Like almost there's like a wall around the citadel. Like the citadel itself has its own wall built into it. But you can tell that there are things standing on top of the towers, kind of looking out.
Still made of wood?
It's still made of wood, but you can tell this wood is not dry. It has some like tar or something on it to make it not flammable.
Interesting.
Tar is pretty flammable.
I'm trying to think of what something.
You can treat wood, but not with tar.
I can't remember
That's how
what
you make
treat it
boats
with.
float.
I can't remember what you treat.
Usually
it
with
Really?
like oil,
Yeah.
a sea line.
I was trying to figure that out.
You could treat it with something
Tar
kind of like an
pitch is what you
epoxy
use
where
to make boats. Tar!
it's probably with a varnish, which acts more like an epoxy wood where it starts out liquid, but then it'll harden super
Yeah.
hard. So you need to have the water barrier.
Good thing they have pine here and not redwood. Are never spoken of
It's good to
because
know.
they're terrible forest fires. Nothing happens. You burn down like a tree.
But when that national park's still standing.
Yeah, that thing is never going down.
Derek says that, but in 50 years, so he's cutting it down.
Burning.
If you can cut down a redwood tree, kudos to you. Those things are like 30 feet thick.
Some of them.
I've seen ones that are that thick.
I've seen ones that thick too.
You ain't cutting those down.
I've driven through the redwoods. Those things can be huge.
Yeah.
You got lots of pictures of those.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
are there any windows of any sort on the keep?
There are not, actually. It seems to be completely, like the inside would be very, very dark if the inside.
So it's a closed off, basically a closed off small castle.
Pretty much.
Corner towers. Problem is, if we set it aflame, we won't get to see whatever's inside.
And it'd be very hard to set a fire.
Mm-hmm. Still possible though,
Yeah, it's possible. It's just hard.
especially if you get closer.
Well, I'll be building that wall out of cobblestone.
That's what walls are usually made of.
Just so somebody doesn't burn out a wall.
Yeah.
Is there enough trees on that island? Okay, sorry, I got distracted again. What do you want to do, Eamon or Derek?
Let's see here.
Running against 100 with a party of 8 is basically suicide.
Personally, my character wants to move on to the next one, considering this is not the.
Not where they're being.
But there could be
Produced.
information inside there that we don't have.
Doesn't Jacob
Information is what wins wars.
Isn't Jacob Misty Step?
You can't miss. You have to Misty Step to a point you can see.
Yes.
That's
You
true.
can't Misty Step through a wall.
You can technically Misty Step onto the top of one of those towers.
Oh yeah, Misty Step
That's a fire.
is
No, no,
30 feet
no,
of
the walls were on
unoccupied
fire.
space you can see.
Metal thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You could teleport on top of one of the towers, but I don't think that would help us all that much.
I could give
Because there's probably a lot of there's probably a lot of undead on the inside as well.
up there and whatnot.
You can see a little over 100 undead on the outside.
Yeah, if there's 100 outside, how many are there inside? Because usually there's more inside a fortress than outside, if they're not expecting siege. Granted, they probably are right now, as their wall just burned to the ground,
That's why it's only just a little over 100. Because some of them went inside.
which means there would still be dozens and dozens inside.
There's probably hundreds inside,
Yeah,
which is going to be problematic for you guys.
and they've probably fortified.
You can always come back with more units. This is just, remember, this is just scouting and seeing what everything is. You don't necessarily have to take it out.
We're not trying to, we're trying to scout.
Right.
But you can't scout the inside because they know you're here.
Yeah.
Well,
After that wall burned down, they're kind of on high alert.
But we need whatever information is in there.
You can always come back to this one after going to the other two.
That won't change anything.
They wouldn't be as on high alert as they are now.
Do you give the guards a chance to calm down here?
Problem is they're undead. So it depends on whether or not they're whatever's controlling them.
Well, remember how there's constant waves? So it's probably constantly flushing. Or at least that's
They're
what
probably constantly rotating out.
Yeah, but it's not the undead themselves, it's the thing controlling them.
Yep.
You're right.
And that thing, if we go to another base, is going to put everyone on more high alert. If we go somewhere else, they're not going to be less on high alert. When we
These
come
ones,
back.
the ones here might,
They
when you
won't.
come back.
Their controller won't do that. Any
They're
sort of necromancer or power
Very
lords,
paranoid.
if they have any knowledge of war, they won't.
And this happens every winter, so they know.
Yeah.
They attack every winter.
But this is summer. So
Someone got bold.
Attacking from the north
Or
in the winter
somebody
is
else.
a dangerous thing unless your army does not require food. That's why they attack in the winter.
Because it puts the defenders at more of a disadvantage.
Yep.
and they can cross the water without a problem.
And that too.
Because in my world that's a thing.
Well, if the river freezes over in any world, they can just cross over in the winter.
Yeah, but they can't cross over running water normally.
Right.
That's something I do. I like that feature.
How do we get inside without having to kill everyone?
Technically they don't sleep, so you can't count on that one.
Yep.
Jake didn't take the invisibility spell.
He might
Or could
have.
that work, actually?
He has the invisibility spell. He's
He
turned
did.
invisible on us.
He very much did.
He did that for
Is
second level?
invisibility only second level?
Well, he did it for
Yeah, but
session,
you can only
so-
do 2 people invisible. Using.
The monk and him could go in.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry. Besides him, it can do 2 more people.
No.
Oh. Is it 2 more? or
No,
just
he
one
can only do
person?
one more, is casting at 3rd level.
Yeah, oh right, he does have 2 slots. Right. Remember,
And it's concentration.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, invisibility's concentration.
Okay.
I've read the spell book so many times.
And
Yeah, I guess-
invisibility is that one spell that you always wonder
Yeah.
whether or not you'll need it. So you need to know exactly what it does each time.
So, I guess he'll turn himself and me invisible, and we're gonna try to sneak in.
So the crowd isn't as thick side,
Yeah.
You're what?
but the walls are in between the.
Toss him into the
See
workshop.
what there is. Natural 17. I don't know what that is.
You've trained for crowds. Help with the fires. Little bit of a courtyard in the middle, with a building surrounding connected to the walls. Picture like what a grand theater would look like in Renaissance time, kind of like that with more building structure. And like the middle in the back would be a little out further, with a main staircase going up to it.
Around the wall.
Okay, so you go around the wall, make a stealth check because they could still hear you, and there's probably like 1 or 2 up there.
And you're not
26.
wearing boots of elven.
And Jake,
Actually, wait, I get advantage. That is still 26. Jake gets something terrible. Natural 18.
Dang, when you play Jake, he does better.
We also have advantage.
And he doesn't have a 2
Yeah,
dice.
because you're invisible. So you get around to the other side, and you're able to see just how many undead there are down there. There's close to 400 or 500.
Which of this is showing up?
A needle.
Oh no.
Shit.
Somebody's gonna have a fun time.
There's a needle lost in your room. Have fun.
It's a blunt needle, so...
At least it's not in your bed.
Right, here, that goes over there. What bed?
There's a bed right there.
Yeah, he doesn't use that.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you want to do, Derek? You could technically go across the roof now that you're here and go into one of the windows on the inside. There actually are windows.
Wait, there are windows?
On the inside. You couldn't see them because of the walls.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll try that.
Roll me acrobatics for you and a acrobatics for Jake.
That is 22 for me.
And Jake, I think, has a +2 to acrobatics for his dexterity.
Actually, that's a 24 for me. So that's 2, 16.
Okay, he's fine. So you're able to scale down and get into one of the windows. As you get into one of the windows, it's completely dark in here. Like, no candles, no anything. It's just dark.
Yeah, but there's windows.
Right. So there's still some light, but only where the windows are. As you choked on some spit.
Don't die.
As you go into the castle, you can tell you're on the top floor, which is where most of the bedrooms are.
Bedrooms? For what?
You don't know?
They didn't need bedrooms, so it's for whatever's controlling them. Likely lower level necromancers. Or very high level, given the concentration of undead. Arch attacks is a way rest.
Those are good.
I'm just gonna do some searching. See what I can find.
Just the top floor or the other floors?
And starting with the top floor.
The top floor, you notice, is just all bedrooms.
Is there anything in the bedrooms?
They seem to have several notebooks and books, but nothing too fancy or nothing too permanent.
I take them.
You can tell that these are some diaries, and actually one spell book,
Could still be helpful.
but not like a spell book you've seen before.
No. Yeah, I take the books. And I'm gonna head down to the lower level.
The second level is actually full of office rooms, and you come across. Roll stealth for me because there's quite a bit in here.
20.
And for Jake.
Actually 22. And Jake, natural 17.
Okay, so you're able to weave past these. These guys look like they're in robes and seem to be necromancers. But as you enter the main office, you see a lich sitting at the table.
Well, we have another problem.
That is a problem.
You would know that in this land there's quite a bit of liches.
At least with liches, the more undead they control, the less powerful they are.
And with the undead outside, you can tell it's pretty weak.
Yeah. Still can't kill it though, because it'll just release all the undead, and then it'll have its full power back instantly.
Yep.
Walk up to the lich. He'll be a businessman.
No. I'm not crazy.
Let me see.
I'm not going to go talk to the lich.
So the lich is actually going to look up and be looking at you guys, but you can tell he's not quite focusing in on where you guys are. He can sense some magic.
No, of course.
And he's actually going to get up and...
Liches usually can tell where the nearest heartbeat is.
There's quite a bit of heartbeats outside, so...
Still.
So as he walks past you, roll me a stealth check.
That's a natural 20. And an 11 for Jake.
Let me see if he beats that. He does not. He rolled a 1.
A lich failed a perception check. Well, that's a thing and a half.
gosh!
Liches have very high wisdom and intelligence.
Well, he rolled a 1, so.
Yeah.
So he goes out and he's just like, he just shakes his head and he's just like, I don't know what that was.
He's probably distracted thinking about stuff.
17.
His intelligence is 20. In the ratings. And then you head out?
Yep.
Through the same way you came in?
Yep.
Roll me 1 acrobatics check.
Probably spelled.
And a natural 18 for Jake.
So you both make it out. I'm guessing you're just heading back to the scouting party?
Yep.
Okay, so you get there. You know your way back down that wall because you came up it.
Yeah.
I had you roll because you had to get a window. As you get back to the party, you are able to more carefully look over the notes. It looks like, and you couldn't see this on the markings on the ground because of the amount of undead, but it looks like they could do a mass spell of this if the sigil was big enough. That could affect nearly 1,000 or more.
That's a problem. What is the sigil made of?
It is actually made of blood.
Ah, so it can be disturbed.
Probably easily.
Quite easily.
Very easily.
But for some reason, the walking of the undead wasn't affecting it.
Marking of the undead doesn't usually affect things like that. Undead aren't known to step very hard. Or to shuffle.
So what do you want to do now?
Blood sigils have to be perfect, or else they fail.
Yep.
And usually end up backfiring.
Yep. And that's how it is in real life too, guys.
With blood
That's why I
sigil?
don't play with blood sigils.
Don't play with blood sigils in real life. Don't do it.
Well.
Can I see the blood
I will
sigil?
come to your funeral.
What?
Can I see it?
Thank you.
It, by the looks of the markings, you would have been. It would have been in the courtyard, either inside the walls, not the big walls of the main point, but the castle portion, or on the entire thing.
Oh, but did I see any part of it?
You wouldn't have because of the amount of undead.
Can you see?
Things been.
That would.
I'll just have him recast it.
Is that
Just
all
as,
his third level
as base
spells?
second level.
Okay.
Yeah, for just him, it would only need to be set.
If you can see the pieces of it underneath them, like if they would all stand in this courtyard and then the ritual would be casted.
Is the entire courtyard filled?
Not quite, and there's still over 500 in there.
Does the sigil go all the way to the corners of the courtyard?
Yes.
What's the nearest corner to me?
It would be near where the grand stairs are, about halfway up there's a marking on it.
Okay. I would go there.
You're gonna go down the whole thing and stand on the grand stairs? Make a stealth check and an acrobatics check.
Okay, acrobatics, natural 18, so I'm fine. That's 28. Or
27.
29.
Oh, you have plus 11 to that?
I think so, because I have expertise. No, we're level 4.
If you have expertise,
You're level
yeah, it'd
5.
be plus 6.
Oh, we're level
plus
5,
the
so it'd be plus. So yeah, it would be 28.
It would be plus 11 if it's
And for stealth, that is
dexterity of 20 with
22.
So you're fine.
Expertise.
None of them seem to notice because you're invisible and you're nimble.
Yeah.
What do you want to do once you get there?
How precise is this part of the ritual?
All of it is very precise, as it has to be.
So there's no like splatter anywhere.
It's not really a splatter, it's like it was painted on.
Well, yeah.
And because it looks like it's been there for several weeks, so the blood is quite heavily stained into the stone.
Yeah. I'm gonna just prick my finger and run it along the corner, just barely cutting the corner.
So as you barely cut the corner, you hear someone almost yell from the inside.
And I'm heading away. Back the way I came.
It rolls stealth and acrobatics again.
Acrobatics, plenty. Over 20. Stealth is not as good. 23.
So as it's starting to get to the point, so you got here around noon, so it's the sun is starting to go on the horizon, or just barely above the horizon.
Yeah. We need like a bucket of blood we can throw in the courtyard.
Where are you gonna get a bucket of
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's always
new and fresh? It would do quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
Technically, if you were to use a fireball, all the undead's blood would go over the sigil.
Technically, Young Enough Undead still have blood.
That is true.
And the undead in my world have blood that is quite old. Like, think almost like, and it's very slow moving in their bodies.
Okay. So
So
now,
undead blood is like syrup.
now that we've tested. Okay, Jake's you shooting into the center of the courtyard.
And it's each 5 foot.
That was 36 damage. Oh, they're safe, right?
Yeah, this like splatter of blood and smoke comes out of the middle,
Right.
and all of the undead just start freeze, and then freak the hell out.
Yep. Break the control of the undead. And run.
They pretty much are all running.
No, Jake's running.
Well, no, the undead are running around trying to figure out what did this.
I know, but Jake's running.
Okay, so make an
Jake
under
is escaping
acrobatic check to
the
get down
door,
the
see?
wall.
That is a 19.
Okay, he doesn't jump off the wall. Okay.
Wait, jump off? That sounds willing.
Okay.
Well, it is Jake, so.
Fair enough.
So as he gets back out, you hear just this chaos coming from inside there.
Yep.
That's the perfect time to get away if I were you.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
if
that
you take
is a
another.
really good
Can
time
he
to
set it
get
on
away.
fire on his way out?
With what? Burning hands?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
It lights things on fire.
He could try, but I doubt it would light that on fire. Depends on.
Okay, then use his burning hands.
You have to get close up to his burning hands.
He
Because
just
burning
jumped down
hands
the
is
wall.
the-
Okay, so he
15
tries to use burning hands on the wall. Roll damage for burning hands.
It's not great.
It just depends on how high it is. So you can see if it lights on fire.
That is 11.
That lights
It's a
on fire.
2d6. So.
It spreads very slowly, but it lights it
Yeah.
on fire.
Run away.
Really?
So you literally go and light everything on
Oh,
fire.
hey, I
and
found
run.
that needle.
And we give them the ability to be a dragon. Just for their imagination. We give them a torch and a map of the nearest Imperial camp.
So we set things on fire.
I doubt he
We
would have
got
complained about
possessed.
the job that he got given for this one. Run in and light everything on fire, then run.
Jake would have loved this.
Run and light things on fire, run out. Run and light more things on fire, run out. Run and again, light more things on fire, run out.
I still think a date's better.
Depends on who you're with.
That's fair. You almost a week.
What do they do now?
They're like, I guess we take this as a sign the party's okay? The chosen one's okay?
I guess they're
PCs
okay.
were here. So were NPCs. Previously. In the past.
So as you get to this new base, it's made of stone. It
Yep.
is huge. Picture like large fortress, small town.
That was a rally point, this is a command post.
This is like in the middle of if you were looking at where the front lines are, this
would
is
be
like
in the middle.
exactly in the middle.
But if they had a lich at the rally point, they have a lich at the command post.
Or more than one lich.
At least one.
At least one that's stronger.
Not all liches are equal.
That is very true.
Especially things like demi-liches and arch-liches.
And
Much
Draco
worse.
Lich.
And, well,
If they have a Dragon Lich, you should
usually
only
If
don't-
Draco Lich, you need to
I
run
usually
now.
don't consider those as base liches because they don't really have as much ability to control undead.
Depends on how they're built.
Draco liches they usually turn themselves into liches,
Right.
which, to be fair, is how most liches do it.
But if you do it by 3.5 standards,
Draco
well,
liches do
character
it to
like
gain
the one I'm
immortality,
currently
not
doing.
power.
I currently have a wizard that's a black dragon wizard.
Yeah.
He sees it as part of his natural lifespan to become a Draco Lich.
Yeah. But dragons don't do it for power.
But
They do it for immortality.
if you become a Necromancer Draco Lich, you could potentially have a giant swarm of undead.
Yeah.
several hundred.
Especially if he's the Shadow Dragons thing. If you do it with Shadow Dragon instead and get the
Then you could have
use your breath attacks
almost
to steal
1,000.
shadow copies of stuff.
You could have almost 1,000.
It would be make most sense for a black dragon to become a Dracolich, as their entire thing is to dominate.
Or if you use a shadow dragon. Because shadow dragons have
I think
Can
black.
shadow dragons become Dracoliches? I thought they couldn't.
I say they can.
any kind of dragon can become a Dracolich. Shadow
Right.
dragons are just
I say they can.
they just have
but
more of the
there's
shadow
no specific
plane
rules on
corrupted
it.
their souls.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a specific rule on it though.
Shadow dragons just have that extra corruption on them from the shadow plane and whatnot. So
But every lich has a phylactery, and it will not go far from
Right.
its phylactery.
they
So if there is, but they won't. They can, but they won't. They know it's the one thing binding them to life.
Besides, if you use the if they have high enough intelligence, they could find a good way to hide it.
Especially Dracolich, they're gonna hide it inside them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're huge.
That's the real problem with Dracoliches, is usually you have to kill them, rip them open, and then destroy the phylactery. Whereas regular liches, they can't do that.
Before they come back to life.
Yeah. But it takes like a week for a lich to come back to life.
Yeah.
It takes a long
If
time.
I remember right with the shadow dragon, it has a thing where if it kills you with its breath attack, it can have a shadow copy of you.
Yeah.
They're pretty bad.
So if it does that with enough stuff over its lifetime, you're
So
not
this
getting close
is about the
enough.
size of a small town or a giant castle. But you can tell it was rapidly built because it doesn't look like it's old at all.
So less well of construction then.
Right.
You're not quite as picky if you're building something in a hurry.
Or with undead.
Well, yeah, you can't really make undead build something well.
Or intricate.
And especially intricate, but
I'd
well.
say part of it depends on which kind of undead and how much they remember.
It's how much you're willing to tell
If
them.
it's lesser undead, you're getting nothing out of them.
Lesser undead now.
Greater undead, maybe.
Vampires.
Vampires.
Yeah.
If you try to tell a vampire to build a wall, they'll bite you.
Vampires can build some really intricate stuff though.
Yeah, but if someone tells them to do it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Unless it's the
Unless
vampire
they're
charge.
thrall.
They're like the free spirit version of undead.
They choose to do it, and that's the pain in the butt part.
They make everyone else do their work for them. That is their power, is to make everyone else do their work for them.
Pretty much.
You having fun with that, Becca?
Yes.
Yep. Because I got it for her for Christmas.
What time of day is it?
It is by the time you get there afternoon.
You should wait for cover of night. Undead don't have dark vision.
Is that hand sanitizer?
What?
Love how that was an option.
Can we hand sanitizer to zombies? I don't think it would do anything.
No.
No, it's an option for
Hand
the-
sanitizer does nothing
It's an
against
emote.
viruses. It only does things against
It's
bacteria.
it's one of the YouTube emotes. It's hand sanitizer.
Which doesn't make sense, because hand sanitizer is literally useless against a virus. It does nothing to it.
Sorry, you test
positive.
But I have 15 bottles of hand sanitizer.
Soap will break down the cell wall of the virus and destroy it. Hand
Yeah.
sanitizer will literally do nothing.
Funniest thing ever.
What about
It's
that
good
one?
against bacteria. And
So
bacteria alone.
as it becomes nighttime, the stars come out because there's like no city lights around here,
Yeah.
and it's a full moon. So
Not all full moons are equal.
you're right.
Unless it's a harvest moon, there's not going to be dim light.
This is all dim light or dark. This full moon is not very big.
So for the most part, it won't make a difference.
Yes.
So, under cover of darkness, I'm gonna try to climb the wall. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna try to climb the wall.
I might as well join you, honestly.
Just don't want
Because you
to
know
climb
this
the
place better than
highways.
me.
You're a barbarian, right?
He's a fighter.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Don't say cheat.
I don't think it's cheap.
I'm wearing chain.
Or plate.
You're leaving your armor if you're coming with me.
Deal.
He's wearing chainmail. I personally know how loud it is.
Yeah, mine-
So make a
Chainmail.
stealth check to get up to the wall.
It anybody who's played Dark Souls knows how loud chainmail
Natural
can
20.
be.
12.
I'm invisible. If only I was a Gloomstalker right now.
Those left behind.
Stalkers are fun.
Yeah. I played
You're
a
actually
chaotic
fine. You roll
neutral
anything over time?
Gloomstalker in one of the campaigns and totally screwed over the party.
So as you climb up the wall, you notice that these walls are highly patrolled.
Yeah, as is to be expected.
So it's going to be hard to maneuver without invisibility.
Yep.
Unless you want Jake to cast you with that beforehand.
Sure, why not?
So that's a 3rd level spell?
Yep.
I think at this point he's out good level spells unless you guys took a long rest.
Are you watching us?
Yeah, he's watching us.
Why are you watching me?
He's been watching this whole time.
Direct connection to the chat.
I'm watching you too.
Crap.
We are all watching.
Crap.
To be fair, I'm doing it for chat. But
I know.
Yeah, that's what I had mine open for too.
So as we go through, as you go up the wall
Chat's
with
not been too active
invisibility,
this time. So.
when you get to the top, roll invisibility check.
roll invisibility.
Okay.
I mean,
Roll
I rolled a
stealth.
9 on invisibility.
Roll stealth.
11.
You have advantage.
Oh, thank God.
24, I think?
11.
Oh, Evan. Let's see if he gets it out
I put my
of
hand
not
over
very
his mouth.
Throw him over.
No, just put my hand in his
One of them seems to notice something.
mouth. How many are there right there?
3. But they're all skeletons, not zombies.
Are we on the wall or
You're on the top of the wall.
Alright, there you
How
go.
close are the things that have noticed us?
There's just one that's noticed you, and it's within 20 feet.
Are there any things next to it?
No.
I ran up and pushed it off the wall.
You can't really scream.
On the outside.
Punch
They
him.
can't scream. Undead can't make. Undead can't talk. I push it off the
They
wall.
can grunt and point.
Zombies can.
Roll,
Skeletons
roll a
can't.
contested.
They
check
can clack
for
and
that.
point.
That's true. For a shove, it's athletics, isn't it, Fudge? I think that's.
It's your strength plus. You have proficiency.
I think that's 12.
You beat it barely.
Good glory.
Yeet.
Yeet! Did you hear the sun? Because the wall saw I just.
Roll for fall damage.
It's dead. It's dust.
Taking bludgeoning fall damage.
Yeah, skeletons are weak to bludgeoning.
That's
Yes,
3
they
times his
are.
hit points, so. He is toast.
Super dead.
Great.
His
You
bones
sent him down the wall.
explode.
You told him to go away.
I'm with you. You don't get a choice.
So as you look over the wall, you actually see it's kind of like a small city almost. Not a small city, a small town that's walled in. It has a giant citadel.
The city of the dead. So this is likely a proper
But this
citadel
is-
that has been repurposed into an army base.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially if it's on the center point.
Most of the houses
are.
are really shambly built together, but some of them are just tents.
You're in tents for undead. You can sleep under the rain.
That's if all of it's undead.
Can you see? Do you have dark vision?
No.
I cast daylight.
Don't you even think about it. You remember what happened to the last person that cast daylight?
That's the only reason why I said that. No, I have lights, but I'm not gonna use it.
Daylight.
I was
Am I
about to
the
have
ol-
you get sworn.
I
My
like the
Gloomstalker Ranger
There's only 2
decided
people in the
that
party
they
that
had
can see in the
that
dark.
they had mortal enemies.
That's
now.
horrible.
Immediately.
Mortal enemy of the person who cast
Everyone
daylight in the
looks at
city
the
of undead.
NPC. It's like, we're killing you instead.
I chased them down. They escaped, but they left a lot of gold.
They're still gonna be murdered.
My character is still gonna chase him down.
Yeah. But he took the gold and gems.
Of course. I don't leave free money.
So what are you gonna do now that you see this like base?
We'll walk to the front door.
Is it possible to go along the roofs?
There's enough shambly built houses, yes.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So you have to scale down the walls, roll acrobatics for that.
I'm following him and just making.
Or you can roll
Acrobatics.
athletics if you want to. Adam.
Oh, please. 29.
Yeah, athletics. 16.
Unless the DC is 30, I win.
You fail. I'm just kidding.
That's a poorly built wall.
Or an extremely
very
well-built wall.
well built wall. It's either coated in baby oil,
Or if it's a proper dwarven wall.
or it is built upside down.
Or like the proper dwarven walls where there's not even a crack between
Yeah.
stones.
Yeah, you can't climb those.
You can't
things.
climb those.
What if you
Not
use a
without a
pickaxe?
super insane.
No, they're too
Fine.
hard to.
That's what an
shove a
ice pick
pickaxe
is for.
into.
Yeah.
No one has a whole pickaxe, just use an ice pick.
Yeah, but they're still dwarven walls are too hard to put.
They use like the really, really hard stone for that.
Yeah.
And the pickaxe won't hit it. Won't break
Don't waste your nat 20s!
Damn it.
I'll let you do one thing with it. What do you want to do with it?
Right this
This
second.
should better be
Yeah.
cool.
Stealth.
So you stealth across the rooftops.
it. You're not gonna cartwheel down the wall?
You notice that the city's almost solidly filled of mages,
All necromancers. All of them.
but you don't see any undead for some reason.
It's because they're all underground. They're telling this to a depressed, paranoid bunny.
Well, it is night. I think they all went.
And I can't see anything anyway.
I can help with that.
Just look at you and keep going.
You can't even tell that he's looking at it because you're both invisible.
There's a moment of silence, and then you hear footsteps. Very soft, fluffy
So it takes you a little bit, but you get to the Citadel.
footsteps.
And the Citadel is like about the size of the last place you burned down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, in this town we're now like celebrities.
Both of you roll acrobatics and/or athletics.
We
kind of healed everybody, yeah.
Saved.
Oh no, I rolled a
Kinda
10.
healed
21.
a lot of people and saved the town.
I can't fail an athletics check without like critically failing.
Healed a
So
lot of
as you
people and
do an
fixed the
acrobatics,
town and saved the
Yeah. I can fail athletic checks.
so as you get to the top of this wall,
Yeah, that
you
hurt.
see a group of liches in the middle of the courtyard. Like at least 12 of them. And they're actually holding glowing spell books.
No, I'm not understanding.
They're all holding hands and going back and forth.
They're playing.
okay.
They're doing Ring Around the Rosie. You can see almost. It's very similar to the last blood seal you saw in the middle of the courtyard, but something is slightly different about it.
It's stronger. She used to be affected by more people.
And these 12 are standing around the outside with their glowing spellbooks, and you can hear them incanting something.
All hail the Council of 12.
Oh, the living God.
All hail the living God.
Alexis is finally home.
Yay! I'll use our caller when I'm done. What time is it?
10:19.
Almost 20.
We'll be done after they finish with this fortress.
And then we get to wrap up what we're all doing.
Well, technically, they've taken an in-game time, like, almost 2 weeks.
I don't know how much time we've taken in game time.
Probably a week.
Yeah.
Well, it was a few weeks to
Just
go
this,
down.
no, just this session, you've taken, like, almost a week.
So if we
And
caught
they've
up to
taken
where
2
they are
weeks.
now, then it's like a couple of days after what we just did.
Yeah.
I urge the stand. Or kneel.
So they're currently like 2 days or so ahead of us, which means about now in time when Sean should be
Had
about
to.
healed up by
What?
now.
You.
the living God.
Right. That's how we came up with that one a little bit.
So, what do you want to do?
Here's
As you,
Can't exactly disrupt the ritual of 12 liches.
Yes, you can.
That is
you
the
can.
fastest way to get party members killed.
Don't you know
I
that?
cannot think of a faster way.
Don't you know the fun? Don't you know the best way
punching
to
a dragon?
interrupt a casting like that?
No, dragons might not kill you
Cast
right
light
off.
on a rat and send it
They'll
through.
play with you.
yeah, that's fair.
Cast light on a rat and throw it in. Watch it run for its life.
Throw it in the middle.
Watch it run for its life as it's glowing as bright as it can.
So mean.
So am I able to like walk up to them and still be invisible?
They would know
don't
you're there.
do that. They have true sight.
Nat
They have true sight.
20
They-
stealth.
Don't do it. They have true sight.
Technically, you could sneak up on them, but they'd still be able to see you.
They would know exactly where you were.
They have to try it.
The first lich didn't because I made him lesser.
Basically, the more powerful liches, the more it can tell how many living things are in the area.
And know exactly where they are.
Yeah.
They're scared.
Yeah.
Fine.
Don't do it.
Push a skeleton off this wall.
Club things.
They're almost falling off the walls. It's your fault, George. You're the one controlling them. George the Lich.
Such a great lich name.
George.
George.
He's the
George-
wild lich.
George the Unfettered.
No, he's the wild lich. He lived in a jungle.
He's the hedge lich. He was a hedge wizard that achieved lichdom.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Can we sneak past them?
Listen to what they're saying.
You can
See if
try.
it matches up with what I read in the previous notes.
It's actually completely different.
Figured as much.
Like, it's not even close to the same thing.
Natural 18 Arcana.
It's not the same ritual as earlier at all.
Yeah, it's probably about 20 Arcana.
Yeah, so it's not even the same ritual at all. But you can tell it's something as almost summoning.
So it's conjuration magic. Great.
Or necrotic conjuration.
That's still conjuration.
Mixed of the two.
Yeah, but it's still conjuration.
Is it really?
Yeah. Pretty much all summoning is conjuration, regardless of what you're summoning.
Alright.
Yeah, because it's calling something to you. Conjuration.
The necrotic nature of
Summoning.
the spell just determines what you're calling.
And as you hear them stop, you see the giant face that you saw earlier appear. Remember from when the trees and the
Yep.
that giant face comes and it's speaking in something you guys don't know.
I can't help you with this one.
And I know you don't know this language.
What language is it?
What languages do you know?
Comprehend light. I'm just kidding. I'm not a caster.
Celestial, no much common.
I mean, it's probably something like Infernal.
It's probably like
or
deep
Deep
speech.
speech.
Things spoken by beholders. And eldritch abominations.
Or it could be Infernal for demons and whatnot, or
I don't think so. Not for this kind of god.
Abyssal.
Speaking of
Infernal or Abyssal wouldn't be messing with undead. They use demons and devils. It would have some tie to the Shadowfell instead of the Nine
And
Hells.
they
fair.
talked for
That's
quite a
true.
while, like hours, in fact. So it just depends on how long you want to keep
do we want to stay here for an hour? How long are we invisible for?
Because the liches are out here, which means they're not inside.
Go inside.
Go inside and steal all the stuff.
Steal their stuff.
Might as well.
Steal the
It's
stuff
not like
while
they're
they
going
can't
to notice
find
us
it.
going inside and kill us. Backup
Roll-
character, I still have my bard.
Roll, not constitution. Roll survive.
Stealth.
If nothing
Stealth?
else, make another pyromancer.
There's
And-
only so many things.
I know, roll stealth and acrobatics.
Pyromancer.
Plenty. Being 26. And 30.
So, 22 stealth.
So wait, if you mess
Roll
this
like
up,
He falls in the party of liches and dies.
Or it might
your
happen
your character
before
is dead. I'm not saving you because I can't.
Make it Shadow Monk.
What did you roll on your athletic
I think it was 9.
or acrobatics? What was it?
Acrobatics, it was 9.
Shadow Monk.
You have a chance to roll dexterity to catch him.
Wait, you slip and fall?
Is this a dex save?
Technically.
This guy dies so
Monks don't have
Yes.
proficiency
I
in dex
have
saves.
one.
11.
You barely.
Remember how
You're just doing that to be nice.
No. DC 10.
Okay, fair enough.
We start climbing. Louder.
roll a 1, you roll a hit. Take a roll.
I reach for the wall.
Which, if you do that with a rope,
He has a grasp
you are
of
very,
your
very good
wrist.
at
You're not
speed.
going anywhere.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not going anywhere either.
18.
Okay, make it inside. I don't want to see what's gonna happen when you try to get out.
Well, if that's any portent for what's to come,
No, I'm kidding.
Eamon's gonna
I'm
die.
kidding.
That's okay. I'm sure he knows I'll make another one. A new character.
Dude, what happened to your comrade? He fell into some liches.
He fell into some liches.
Into some witches?
Yes. He fell
Yeah.
into some liches. He knocked one of them over and the other 11 killed him. Instantly with power word kill.
I fell off a
All
wall.
of them.
And I started to roll due to my nat 1 acrobatics and rolled right through the circle.
But he was bleeding in the process. Do we disrupt the ritual?
No. Even better way to kill him. 10 different versions of Phantasmal Image at once. He can see 10 different things going all around him that are all hurting him. But it's all in his head.
He just like dies screaming.
Because with Phantasmal Image, if you fail to save and it's something that would damage you, it actually damages you.
I thought that was
like the thing.
Phantasmal Force.
So, no, phantasmal image.
No,
So there's 10
Phantasmal Force.
phantasmal liches pretending to shoot power word kill at you, and you die because you think they are.
Yeah,
That's
a
pretty
fun
much
way to
how
do
it goes.
Oh dear.
And then there's the one where you drop them through the 9 hells.
Oh,
spell.
that one's pretty bad.
That's a fun spell.
Never had that used on a player, but I kind of want to now.
So as you
I
get
mean, I've got a
inside,
character that has it.
Imagine how shell-shocked that player would be.
it takes you a little while to find the office, like the main courtroom of them. But you can tell there's papers just like thrown out across the table.
Well, the Lich King of Angmar is outside, so we're fine.
This isn't even the Lich King. Trust me, I have a Lich King.
There's no such thing as a Lich King of Angmar.
Yeah, I can't find anything Phantasmal Image.
Is it might be Phantasmal Force?
Yeah, it's Force.
It's Force.
It
right.
is Phantasmal Force.
I got the name set.
I've used this before. I know what this is.
I've got it. I just don't use it as often because that campaign is.
I've used it once and it failed.
Weird
It's like, okay, I'm never
random
using this
schedule
again.
It's good. So, yeah, I'm just gonna see what I can find.
Are you just gonna basically pick up all the papers on the table?
Everything. Everything is mine.
Fills inventory with paper.
It's not like these guys could scry on any of these papers or books.
That's fair.
Why can't they scry on
They
it?
can.
Yeah, it's Phantasmal Force.
They're liches.
So
They were 9th level wizards.
Is
who
there anything
ascended.
else inside the room besides what he's
They can do
taking
whatever
off
they want.
everywhere?
So basically, you're gonna take this and run.
Yep.
We're running up.
So make another acrobatics check.
Little did the
That's better. 11.
You barely
22.
survived. Actually, no. You don't.
little did the
survive.
assassin
I don't.
hiding in the tree know.
Can you catch him again?
Catch me out the window.
He tries to leave again and he falls.
Actually, no.
Oh. He wasn't paying attention.
I'm sorry, Evan.
Wait, why can't you catch him?
Goodbye. I rolled a 1.
Evan starts falling into the
Cortana, shut up!
Evan starts falling from the building. Roll acrobatics to see if you can survive the fall damage first.
Yeah,
Not
to reduce
anything.
the fall damage by half.
No!
8, I think?
Yeah, Nate.
This is how you die.
Now they're gonna kill me by proxy. They just know where I am.
No, we can't have Choosy die.
22, no. Yeah, 22 damage.
I'm fine. I'm not shocked.
They hear this and they all stop casting and the image goes away.
All of a sudden, power word kill.
They all look at you.
How close am I to the circle?
You're on the circle.
Bleed! Bleed!
Long sword.
Just kills himself.
Bleeds all over the circle.
Stop.
Deck a bit.
That'll slow him down a little bit.
Just look at you.
You can't just slow sessions.
Pretty much.
Hey, he's doing better than Arthur.
Well, time to make a new character.
When you're trying to follow the monk into a fortress at night.
Hell yeah.
And fall into a crowd of liches.
Okay, there we go.
Does their spell get disrupted?
I'm dead. There you go.
Best way to go. I don't want to die, my villagers.
I take my own life, suckers. They bring him back to life and kill him again.
No, they bring him back to life without keeping him as a thrall.
No, they bring him back to life so they can kill him again, and then bring him back to life to keep him as a thrall.
They do bring him back to life, though.
You can't speak with dead.
Yeah, they probably use Speak with Dead to try to get you to give some answers, but you can give those as vague and weird answers
Yep.
if you want.
You can produce.
So you
your
can't
corpse
speak
can
with them.
pretend to
Because
be
players, you have to
Yeah.
deal
I
with
did that
one.
with my players.
What do you ask?
What does bullet
You
Right
got
first,
what?
you start running.
You got what?
He's giving you time. Go.
You got what? 3 questions?
5, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
5
Or speak with dead, it's higher.
Oh, 5. Right. We got 5 questions they can ask.
What is your name?
What is your favorite color?
What is your quest?
Oh no.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I still don't understand the word. I know it's from, I still don't understand
What the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
it. Yeah.
The swallow is a bird.
Well, I know that.
How fast can you go if it's not carrying anything?
Oh.
That's what the question is.
Doesn't he know the answer to that one?
He asked between two different types of swallows.
He asked
okay?
between African European swallows. And the guy didn't know, so he got thrown in the pit. Maybe if 2 swallows kept a coconut between them. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate?
So as he asks, he's going to ask first with, how much do you know?
Everything. Say,
How much do I know?
Yeah.
Nothing.
say, not much, but enough.
I saw big, fat, glowing head.
Okay.
That's not wrong.
The corpse knows. It's only what the corpse knows, not what's in his brain.
All I know is you ran for it. That's all I remember. You go into a room. I'm just walking in. I see you just carrying papers and you run.
I
It's like,
followed the invisible bunny. Don't say that. Whatever you do,
Is
don't
there
say
anyone
that.
with you?
only the god of bunnies.
The god of bunnies. I know, that's almost like the god of fertility at that point.
Are you telling me, Derek, you're the god of fertility?
I sure hope not.
Okay, next.
Funny fact about bunnies.
Bunnies
Bunnies can get pregnant as soon as a female bunny can get pregnant as soon as a male bunny shows up.
Oh, Jacob says date well.
Bunnies are also intelligent enough to become
Does that mean
depressed.
Sex?
Bunnies are
That's
way
how
smarter than
Jake
dogs or
does
cats,
crap.
and they're intelligent enough to become depressed. That's why you gotta
I'm
have
pretty sure
more
you
than
wouldn't
one
be messaging
bunny.
us up.
Or spend a
Confused
lot
in
of
that.
time with your bunny.
That's fair.
Yep.
I'm depressed.
So as they just look at you and they're like, "We're done with you," and just disintegrate you.
We're done with you. You're not giving us good answers.
Well, he's like,
Wait.
they've got giant fat head and bunny guy. This guy's gonna be very useful.
No, that's actually so much.
Wait a minute.
That's chosen
We're
one.
done with you.
That's also a good strategy for that.
Are you really?
And that's also
Those
a
were
good
his
strategy
last
too.
words.
Are you
guys.
And that's also a good strategy because then you know they're just gonna destroy you because they can't trust anything they learn from you.
Well, Tingly is telling the truth, but he's not telling it in a way that helps them.
So Derek, you effectively get out of the camp, and you report back with one less member.
He's gone.
That's where we'll end it.
He's gone. That is such a good report.
He fell.
You were joking about him.
Options of are
My Lord
Asimars
Aragorn.
again.
Where is he? He fell.
Clerics, paladins. Oh, what's wrong with my hand?
Paladin, sorcerer, fighter, bard.
I mean, it's mostly just black, right?
Cleric, sorcerer.
Don't worry, he'll show up on a horse and come down steep with us.
You could be a barbarian, maybe I could figure out how to work that in.
You could be a warlock. Warlock's in that.
I don't know if he could be a warlock with how the campaign works.
Actually, I can. What's that book?
You just need to have another worldly patron for warlock to work.
Yeah.
From anything, pretty much.
That one book we were looking at earlier.
Otherworldly patron breaks all norms to standard warlock. It's like,
I mean-
who's your patron? Someone who doesn't exist.
The one with the vampire kiss.
No.
The dragon god is
No,
my vampire.
warlock.
patron.
Wait.
Pact of the player.
You want to be warlock
Your
of
warlock
the Pact
gains
of the Undead.
your player
I
knowledge.
can. It's thinking about this week. I can.
Or warlock, Pact of the DM. The DM can give you fun knowledge
I'll
if he
hand him
wants
the book.
to.
if you want.
We can end there. Make a player death's a good way to end.
Warlock archetype, undead patron. You have forged a pact with the deity of undeath or a powerful free-willed undead, like a lich, dracolich, or vampire. Your pact grants you gifts befitting a lord of the dead. Construct undead familiar. Necromantic control. Paralyzing touch. Endurance of the dead.
I don't know if that would work
Manifestation.
good with this party,
Touch
though.
of rot.
You said I'd last long.
I don't know how well that would work with this party.
Plays a chaotic evil.
Chaotic
Warlock of
evil
the
is an
undead.
awful
What
party.
if he was a neutral good?
Not all necromancers are
Maybe.
evil. Some people just want to raise their family in peace.
Or they want to gain immortality.
That too.
More than once
Necromancy is
is
the
not the
only
right way
way
to
to
go
gain
about it.
immortality.
Getting immortality is okay.
I play by three little things. I'll always be neutral of whatever kind. there
Neutral
is.
evil. That's still neutral.
We don't have a rogue.
Nah, I'm good.
You could be a sorcerer, a storm,
Or a bard.
Again?
You could be a bard and try to sleep with all of our enemies.
Nah, that never really worked out for me.
I've never played a bard, but I did it with other
You
characters.
I think I'm gonna cool off.
I had a rogue in one of my campaigns
You know
who
what?
visit every single brothel.
No, for
he
that,
went
if
to.
you're interested.
I can make it work.
Which one?
'Cause that got my life.
Yeah.
Oh, the world.
It's the only way. And that way you can make me a wizard and we'll see what happens again.
2 wizards
Yeah,
in
you
a
could be
party.
a wizard.
Warlock.
That's not bad.
Warlock or wizard.
Well, here's the thing.
I honestly.
Last time I
prefer
went
warlocks.
I like sorcerers.
a wizard of necromancy,
Sorcerers
every
are
time
nice.
I raid someone
But
and
warlocks, their ability to
the
get
ne-
spells
the next
back
day,
on a short rest
they
is
would die.
incredibly useful.
They're my friends.
Wizards
They
and
kill.
people get more
They
spells.
didn't
Do you
trust
know
them.
how
But the refreshing of spells.
Mostly
Do you
the
know how
sense they didn't trust
effective
me.
it is to play a fire sorcerer tiefling?
Pretty well, because you're immune to all your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you're resistant.
You're resistant to all of your stuff
How I
automatically.
think of it.
Yeah.
Then depending on how
I
you
suck.
do your
I don't know.
if
We
you
kill
use
our
the
enemies. No, I
resistance that
raise
you get
them.
from sorcerer,
They'll do our bidding.
that may or may not
Rest of the
just
party.
give you
No,
double
we
resistance
kill them.
or
They're a
potentially
danger to
immunity
us.
for a short
You can
period,
kill, you
Yeah.
can kill us with them. I mean, it makes sense, but no.
which means either quarter damage or no damage.
Yeah.
So in either case, that's
Derek, you might want to stop the recording.
Yeah, we should probably stop this.
no.
Continue.
We want them to
We
continue
shall
to build
babble.
around and talk.
Alright, we'll see you all next time. And as always, fun to wait.
Wait, what?
And as always, yeah.
What?
What? What?
What?
Mr. Jonathan?
No, it's Jacob.
What do you say?
You can say it if you want.
Yeah, Andrew date went well.
Yeah, did you see what he said after that?
Oh, okay. So, no sex. On what date do you think sex is okay? 7th or 8th?
Most women nowadays want it at the 4th. I'm being honest, guys. It's a fucked up world.
Alright.
Yeah.